just got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Fournette, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Wentz now on first down. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing on first is Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. Now the return, Rashad Green. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Ajayi. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it. A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Mike Bennett with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said at the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jarrett Davis coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
To throw is Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. They run with Ajayi. He juked him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And Jeffrey's got it. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
To throw is Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Hang in there now.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick it.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Shotgun now for Wentz. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Green to bring it back. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just... looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Haloti Ngata. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Trying to lay one up deep. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Rudolph. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Eagles on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wentz. Burks over the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. They run again with Ajayi. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is Ajayi. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
In it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the 4th quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensitive. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3. They got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is. And what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them?
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance.